Still following our breaking news here at 6:41 a.m. A fire at a bar in Iroquois County. The Watseka Fire Department says Shorty's Bar is currently on fire. Police actually got that call at about 3 a.m. Breaking news here at noon. A rescue effort on the flooded Salt Fork River in St. Joseph. And we now know they have rescued a woman from the waters. We're going to show you here the overspread water from the flooded Salt Fork. This just north of I-74. That rescue effort started at about 10:30 this morning and included response from the Muhammad-based Corn Belt dive team. We do know a woman was in the water for at least 40 minutes as people tried to find a way to get to her. They did at about 11:10 this morning, but there has not been an update on her condition. We're now learning that a firefighter got a canoe to paddle out to her right after they had struggled during the initial rescue efforts, building a new plane, building a wall, and rebuilding his team. President Trump is in St. Louis today for a tour of the company rebuilding Air Force One after firing his Secretary of State on Twitter. A Decatur man is disfigured after somebody beat him with a bar stool. And former President Barack Obama might get his own Netflix show. Bruce Rauner signed a bipartisan bill protecting health care for more than 3 million Illinoisans. The governor signed the bill. In addition to Governor Rauner, the state comptroller says Governors Quinn, Blagojevich, and Ryan used similar practices to hide employee salaries and budgets of other state agencies. He said he had lunch with the folks from the NRA, and he said it's time to make a change here. Now, watching from the outside, if I can be frank, it feels like we're so quick to defend the Second Amendment that we lose the empathy, and it doesn't feel like that's there. In terms of relationships with the NRA, I know certain businesses are talking about getting rid of discounts for NRA members. Are you rethinking a relationship with the NRA?
Well, I'm actually an NRA member.
Okay.
And as somebody who had to dodge bullets from a crazed gunman.
This is the Olympic story you've been waiting for. For the first time, mixed doubles curling will be at the Winter Olympics. A pair from Wisconsin will be the first Americans to represent the nation in the category. Nuisance or necessity? Our cell phones tend to go wherever we go, and increasingly that includes the classroom too. But as school policies change, we looked at how that's affecting student achievement. There they are, teens, faces buried in their cell phones. At St. Teresa High School, this is called learning.
The y-axis is...
At least in Tracy Bridgman's science class.
It's definitely more freedom, like being able to just take my phone out and look things up.
The daily routine for the principal at Eisenhower High School, giving the universal symbol for remove your earbuds.
We do ask students to put it away in the hallway, basically for safety concerns.
St. Thomas More High School has a locker policy. Drop it, leave it, and pick it up at the end of the day.
I guess in a way we're hoping to build that character and virtue of patience.
And in Jacksonville, Route Catholic takes it a step further, violate their cell phone ban, and they'll take it overnight.
They may pick it up the end of the next school day.
And that's just for the first offense.
It does keep some people from trying it. They don't want to lose their phone for a whole day.
4 schools, 4 different policies in the ever-changing relationship between education and technology.
We're finding that, learning is happening in different ways for different students.
40 area schools responded to a WAND survey about their cell phone policies. Of those, just 4 support a cell phone ban. 6 keep them out of class, 15 have a lunch-only policy, while a majority, 22, have no restrictions on cell phone use, beyond reasonable requests for courtesy in class.
We try to teach them social skills to use in real life. I mean, when they go to college or in their work, they're not going to have someone confiscating their cell phone at the door.
Now, obviously, cell phones can be distracting. I had a student looking down at theirs and almost run into my camera as I was doing this story.
Oops, sorry, I wasn't looking.
And administrators also notice what's keeping their eyes down is also bringing down things like reading comprehension and student attentive. Sorry, what was I saying?
They're finding that they have to kind of go back to some of those basics with grammar and spelling.
But that's why it's part of the curriculum in Mrs. Bridgman's class, practical use of a real-world device. Through an app, she doles out quizzes, assignments. She can track real-time progress, something she could never do before. and parents can even follow along.
They like it, they just want me to stay on task.
If you're out of town and you don't have your Chromebook or you don't have Wi-Fi, you can use your phone.
And technology hasn't rendered pencil and paper obsolete just yet, even in the most tech-savvy classes.
There are still microscopes that we bring out and they use it, and they'll still do chemical reactions, and we still do all those hands-on lab. The difference is their lab report goes into their phone.
Even Route Catholic principal Nick Rossetti admits their band is probably a little behind the times, and even they have laptops and special exceptions for personal devices. Like every school, just trying to evolve at a pace that works for them. And according to our survey, schools with bans or restrictions on cell phones tended to be smaller. Many larger schools we surveyed said that they changed their policies in recent years because it took too much time and effort to confiscate every phone when a student broke the rules.